Alright, so it is 0 degrees right now. The taps aren't running, but it is boiled down day. We have about 280 liters in the 1,000-liter tote. I will be firing up the evaporator pan here soon. And then in anticipation for that, I brought back our finishing pot. We'll be powering this on a Coleman stove. And then we'll know once we get to 219, that's the temperature of syrup. So we'll start to draw off once it's about 180 Fahrenheit. Here's my stainless steel warming pan with my little ball valve on it. And then I have all like the measurement instruments in here, like the hydrometer with the stainless steel container, and then another temperature gauge that I just don't want to bang around right now. And I also have 500 ml bottles, and then with the associated caps, and then I have some more bottles in this container here. So we'll see how it goes. I'm really looking forward to this. And then due to the fact that we're running our wood splitter and then we have a generator, we also have just a 10-liter cherry can here with our 55C Husqvarna chainsaw. And then before I fire anything up, I'm going to be using our splitter. We have a nice 4-way attachment here. That's the red component on it. And then what I'm going to be doing with the 4-way is splitting the thick diameter logs into really small pieces. So this allows more fire surface area to encompass this part of the log. So it burns hotter and faster and more efficiently. So that's what we want. We want a nice high heat to get the sap rolling, which is nice. Alrighty, so we fired up the generator, we got the wood stove going. I hooked up our hose, but due to the elevation gradient, we can't drain it exactly into the warming pan as I'd like, so we'll have to hand bomb it in. However, here's the setup so far. Here's the warming pan, just behind the stove, or in front of the stove, and it's draining into my 2x5 evaporator. I have my temperature gauge here. It's a 5-inch smoky maple, so decent to see. And then my draw off. Alright, so it's at a boil now, a really high boil, which is awesome. Can you see it? Well, you can barely see it. It's just fogged up the lens. Alright, well, you'll just have to take our word for it. Very cool. And there's our warming pan.
It's getting dripped in.
Yeah. That's awesome. Okay, so we're about 3 hours into boiling, and it's going much better than expected. This oil furnace that we fabricated is just ripping away. And it's really cool to see the gradient change from the sap to syrup. And then we have the 5-inch dial. Will it focus in? So once it hits 7, that is the boiling point of syrup. So, and here's the gradient change. So we have our sap running in from our warming pan, and then it's running down the divider into the middle section, and then into the finishing section.